Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do this really easy like partial sew-in, half up, half down look. I think it's super cute for the summertime. The hair that I'm going to be using is from Wiggins hair. It is their curly hair, and they sent me 3 bundles of 22-inch and also a 20-inch closure. So here's the closure. For this look, I use pretty much most of the hair. This is basically all the hair that I have left. I've been wanting a really cute hairstyle like this for a while. So yeah, once I'm finished wearing it in this hairstyle, then I'm going to create a wig with it. Like I said, it's 22 inches. So far, I haven't really had any experience with it tangling. I've only had it installed for about 3 days now though. But I really like this hairstyle. It's really cute. It's really fun. So yeah, stay tuned if you guys would like to see how I achieve this look. Don't forget to check out Wiggins hair. All of their information will be linked down below, and let's get started. So let's jump right into it. We're gonna start by showing you guys my braiding pattern. So I just have my hair parted from ear to ear, and then I have an anchor braid going around the perimeter of the back half of my head, and then the rest of my braids I just have going straight back and down and connected to each other. So when I do sew-ins, I always like to use a weaving net. So I'm going to start by just sewing this weaving net along the perimeter or my anchor braid. And basically weaving nets just allow you to fill in more space and to sew wefts where you may not have a braid at. Moving right along, I'm going to start with my first bundle. This is how the hair looks after it's been co-washed. It's a super pretty curl pattern. So yeah, it's 22 inches and it falls pretty long. So I'm going to start by sewing my first track under that anchor braid, and I'm taking it up about a third up towards the center of my head, or maybe halfway up the center of my head on the sides. That's so as I sew the anchor, well, not the anchor braid, but this first track, the hair will fall towards my face and hide my anchor braid. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, I took it up halfway from like my ear to the middle of my head so that the hair will fall towards my face and it will hide the braids, it'll hide the anchor braid. And so here is how that looks after I finish sewing it around. I'm going to turn and show you guys what I mean by it falling towards my face, and as you guys see, when it's flipped back, it hides that braid. So now I'm basically going to start filling in this back portion like I would do a regular sew-in, just going from side to side, and I am doing the fold over method for this first bundle. So what I mean by fold over method is that I'm not going to cut my wefts. Once I get to the end, I'm just going to fold it back to the other side, like you'll see in just a second. So it's a fairly common technique, nothing new, but yeah, that's what I'm doing for the first bundle. And so this is how it looks with one bundle in my head. It's pretty full, but I still have a nice portion that I need to fill in. So for this next portion, I'm going to start sewing my tracks in a U shape. So going, yeah, just around in a U shape. And I did start to cut my wefts at this point. I'm so sorry that I'm not all the way in frame. I am doing my hair myself, and it's really hard to film the back of your head when you can't really see what you're doing and you have a mirror in front of you and a camera behind you. So I do apologize that you can't see it all the way, but yeah, I'm basically just sewing these next tracks in a U form, and the U form basically kind of continues to hide that anchor braid like the first track did. So we want the hair around the parting area to basically fall towards the front of my head so that you don't see any parting and you don't have to leave any hair out. And then to close this section out, you should just keep doing it until you have like a little slither left. So I'm going to take a short little piece of hair that you see right here, and I'm going to sew that last track going forward. So if you can kind of see, I placed the track falling towards my face, and I'm just going to sew it that way. And then once I'm done stitching, I'm going to flip it back, and this kind of allows it to hide that last track. And again, when you do it this way, you do not have to have any hair left out. Other than my top knot portion, I do not have any of my natural hair out, covering up these tracks. This is how it should look once you have all the hair sewn in the back. So I'm just going to flip that back, and voila. Now moving on to the top portion of my head, I'm going to start by just moisturizing my hair, making sure my hair is well moisturized. So for this top part, some people like to flat iron their hair. I'm working on not putting heat on my head, so I'm just going to start by spraying my hair. Since this is curly hair, I do not need my hair to be super sleek or super straight. So if it waves up, it really doesn't matter because it kind of goes with the look. So I'm just making sure that my hair is fully detangled, and I'm going to start with some setting foam. I feel like setting foam just kind of helps hold your hair in place a little more, and it doesn't make it super hard and crunchy as it is when it's just with gel. But I am going to use gel, so I'm going into my Old Faithful Eco Styler gel and just applying that all around the perimeter of my head. And then I'm just going to brush this up basically similar to how I wear my natural hair in top knots when I kind of do like a fake ponytail or like a fake bun. So just taking a brush and just smoothing my hair up into a ponytail. So I'm just going to put my hair in a bun, and I kind of messed up here. So when you do this, make sure that you get your bun as small as possible. I ended up having to go back and redo my bun because it was just a little too thick and fluffy. You guys will see it a little later, but yeah. So now I'm going into another bundle of hair, and when I do my ponytail looks with bundles, I basically like to fold it in half and then braid off each end. I feel like it just makes it a little easier to wrap around, and it keeps it neat as well. So I'm taking that first end and taking that braid that I created and just wrapping it around the base of my natural bun, and then I'm going to take the rest of the bundle and start wrapping it in the opposite direction and just doing your standard faux ponytail with a bundle. then when I get to the end, I'm just going to take that braid at the other end just to kind of wrap it around and secure it. And then you can always go in for extra security with an open bobby pin to keep that braid in place. Now we're going to add some cute little detailing to the ponytail. So I'm going to take a little bit of some regular like Kanekalon braiding hair, and I'm using about this much, and then I'm also going to take a few bands or strips of this gold hair accessory and lay it with the braiding hair. And basically I'm just going to use this to wrap around the base of my ponytail to hide the bun. So you don't, not hide the bun, but hide the wefts. So you don't have to do this. You can always take like a piece of the ponytail hair to wrap it around and hide the weft. But I just wanted some cute detailing. So yeah, I'm just taking that and kind of twirling it and just wrapping it until I get it in a style that I like. And then for a little extra security, I'm just taking some freeze spray and just kind of spraying my little hair accessory in place. And then to finish off this look, we're just going to do some baby hairs. Baby hairs are always the fun part. So again, going back in with my setting foam. Setting foam is good like just to kind of move your baby hairs, you know, well, to easily move them before you set them with a stronger gel. So I'm just applying that and then just kind of working my baby hairs until I get them in the style that I want. And then I'm gonna go in with some Got To Be the black one and just kind of seal that off or seal my edges in place. And that is pretty much it after I do my edges. I'm also going to just take some wrapping paper and just kind of tie my edges down to keep it in place. But yeah, that is it. I am loving this hairstyle. It's super cute, super fun, super girly, and I have no hair left out and most of my hair is protected.